setting the sun sadhana. It's an evening sadhana. Well, you can do it whenever you want, but the intention is to calm the nervous system, quiet the mind, settle the body, and get ready for sleep. So today we're working up into the neck and shoulders region, and let's get started. So something that's sometimes helpful is to bring the two hands together onto the top of the head and lift the head up into the hands and let the shoulders drop away, shoulder blades drop away, and then quietly release your arms. Maybe a little focus into the collarbones, inner collarbones lift and broaden. C7 moving a little bit down your back. And also a sense of ease. And then pressing up through the crown as if you're balancing something on your head. Slowly and mindfully turn your head to look to the left. It doesn't need to be very far. Think of the chin parallel to the floor and letting the head glide. You can take in the sounds. Go as slow as possible so that you're attuned to the sensation and the messages of the neck. This is our communication center, and sometimes for sure at the end of the day, this place is a place where a lot of stress accumulates. Not just tension in the head and neck, but perhaps kind of repetitive thoughts about what was said or not said, or what should be said. Bring your head back to center. Put your left hand onto your right shoulder and maybe into this trapezius area, and just with a little bit of pressure start to tip your your right ear towards your right. Okay, and then come back to center and now explore going in the opposite direction. So if that's too intense, just return to the first side. But otherwise you could start to let your left side drop, and then if your left ear drop towards your left shoulder, you can take your right hand and straighten your right arm and even flex the palm. I've got a bolster there, but just bring your hand back a little bit behind you. No strain here, just kindly exploring, and then even a little bit of circling with your right palm, like you're polishing that bolster or something that you'd rather not look at. It's kind of a weird expression. Okay, then bring the right arm in, the head back to center. Just sit for a moment. Okay, let's go to the other side. So put the right hand on the left shoulder, or trapezius is even better. There's a lot of tension there for me. And start by tipping the head towards the hand. Okay, but we're not going to keep that. Bring your head back to center and explore tipping your head away from your hand. And then you can straighten your left arm, flex the palm. Maybe move the hand backwards in space a little bit. Maybe some gentle circles, either clockwise or counterclockwise. Okay, and then bring your left hand back, your head to neutral. Just notice. Okay, let's try something else. So let's have your right arm shoulder height and in line with the shoulder. You can use your left arm for support if that's helpful. As you inhale, slowly turn this right palm to face up. Exhale, bend the elbow, so kind of a cactus arm. Keeping this right, just space open. Turn your hand slowly and tip your hand back so your fingers are pointing towards your ear. Just feel wherever you notice it. There's a nerve called the ulnar nerve. And then you keep the hand flex, turn around. So now your hand palm is facing kind of towards your head, and slowly open the elbow, bring the hand down, palm reaching towards the floor. And then hand up, bend your elbow, relax. Let's try that on the left side, so left arm reaches out. You don't have to have the hand here in this area, but I don't know, I find it supportive, so you might like to turn your left arm up. Bend the elbow, palm faces the head at first. Then turn the palm out and flex the palm. And just feel some of the interesting sensations you might get to there. Hold for at least 2 breaths. Okay, and then keep that angle of the wrist, but turn your forearm. Just a breath in and out here, and then you can straighten the arm, bring the fingers down to the floor, the hand and the arm stay about shoulder height. And release. Okay, a couple shoulder circles back, forward. Shake it out. And then let's come up into let's come right up into a standing position and come into the wide-footed position for Prasarita Padottanasana. And let's even take the hands behind and interlace the fingers, draw the knuckles down and back, widen, and let your head slowly look up. You can lift your arms. Maybe when you do this, you make a little nest for your head. Okay, then mindfully start to go forward, still looking forward with the eyes. Then mindfully turn your head to look down. Let your head start to drop. And take your arms up and over your head. Think of letting the head be quite heavy here. You don't need to shake the head, but think about allowing the head to dangle. Weight centered on the 4 corners of the feet. Getting ready to come up, bend the knees, release your arms, look forward, and take your arms out into the T position. You can circle the arms up, reach up, look up. Exhale, glide the hands down to the heart. Let's just change the distance of the feet. So it could be closer, it could be wider. Take the hands, circle them back, other baby finger to the outside, palms clasp if that's possible. Bringing the shoulder blades, especially in the bottom, towards one another. The top maybe opens out a little. Lift your knuckles away from your hips, perhaps look up. So any neck strain here at all, don't do it. Okay, then start to tip forward, lead with your chest. Chin maybe up for a moment, but then lengthen the back of the neck, mindfully look down. As the arms come up, the head can drop. And for the most part, can you let the head just be heavy, like a ripe piece of fruit or a bowling ball? Not overdoing it with the arms, but also using the arm variation to create some space in the neck. Okay, lower the arms, inhale, look up. This time put your fingertips to the floor. Come up into a half lift, moving the shoulder blades back a little, collarbones up, and then press into your feet. Inhale and come all the way up. And exhale, just step the feet together, stand. And feel your breath in your heart. Okay, and then let's go to the wall. Feet forward, hips into the wall, tuck the chin, and curl the spine down. Again, an opportunity to let the head and the neck dangle. This time look up, walk your hands a little bit forward and bend your knees and come down. to sit onto your heels. So, you know, we're working with a lot of the same poses throughout these practices, just to keep it simple. For bedtime, it's not the time for necessarily, I mean, everybody's different, but the most creative openings, more important that we're able to let the body rest. So as you come into child, you can turn your head to your right, put your bolster support so that the front body supports. Allow your head to be turned here, so a gentle neck stretch, shoulders rest. And this is one of those poses that we could stay in for a lot longer than the video. So, you know, 3 to 5 minutes in child poses, supported child pose, very welcome. And just so we have some time for some other stuff, we're going to inhale, lift the head, turn to the opposite direction. Okay, and then inhale and come up. And just move the bolster forward a little bit. Slide your knees so that you're sitting on your right hip and your right knee is closest to the bolster, left knee scissored back. So this one is not always a stretch for the neck, it kind of depends. We're gonna start lying on the right side and glancing to the left. However, if you're comfortable in this pose after a little bit of time, let's say 5 breaths, or could be more, you lift and turn your head to look in the other direction. So I'm supporting my head on my hands here, and that is primarily because I have earbuds in, and if they mush into the bolster, it's not going to be very good sound for you. So you don't need to have your hands under your head and left ear could be resting comfortably onto the bolster. Okay, then preparing to come out, use your inhale. Lift up. Let's turn all the way to the other side. Left hip closest to the bolster, right knee scissored back. Start by lying on your left side. And as soon as you feel ready, so that could be after 2 or 3 breaths, or it might be after more like a minute. Lift your head and turn to the left. Okay, fantastic. And slowly inhale and come up. And then let's take our bolster, have it tucked under the head, and legs up the wall. So arms under the head, I would say. Comfortable distance away from the wall. I think we're going to do at least part of our breathing. We're going to test it out in this position. So we'll see what happens. So legs relaxed. Again, if you've got time, this pose is a great one for sleep inducing. So the bolster on the head, as long as it's not too high that it's causing neck pain, can be incredibly calming to the nervous system. It touches certain meridian points that are relaxation points. Plus the general shape of the posture induces relaxation because it's quite relaxing and cooling. So the meditation, we're going to bring the breath work, we're going to bring in, here is the humming breath, the bee breath. Doesn't translate that well over Zoom, but you can just quietly hum to yourself. If for whatever reason that is not going to work in your home at this time of night, you can also just work with a long kind of an ujjayi exhale. So the chin tucked towards the chest creates Jalandhara Bandha, which tends to make that whisper sound in the throat as well. So that'll work. And we'll do about 10, so not quite sure, we're probably at about 6 now. For one more. You could take that bolster out from under your head, extend your arms, let your head open to the floor. You can have the bolster on your hands, or you can have the hands on the bolster. If you're not prone to or subject to restless legs, you just keep those legs relaxed. If you are a restless leg person, bring your feet together, lift up through your heels, create a little bit of contraction in the ankles. And then you can relax the feet. Release the arms. So you're also welcome to stay here for your meditation. Otherwise, now is a good time to roll out and come into seated posture for meditation. Choosing a place to rest the hands. Before you settle into meditation, if you're seated, lift your collarbones, inner collarbones, relax the shoulder blades. allow the breath to flow freely and naturally. You might narrow your focus to the area of the throat and feel the breath traveling through and over the throat. Also just move the awareness up into the mouth and notice where the tongue rests. Let the jaw relax to whatever amount your jaw will relax. And don't stress too much about that. Maybe the body's not, jaw's not ready to relax today. Just let it be as it is. Trust the process, trust your body to release things as it needs, but also giving it full permission. Using the mantra home, if that helps to orient you to keep the mind present. And as always, you have the permission and the opportunity to stay in meditation as long as you're able. If it's time to close, or when it's time to close, take a moment to consider something you feel grateful for in your day. And if you like, on this moment, join also with an Om, sound of Om, the sound of the universe, to complete. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Namaste, and sweet dreams. Thanks for joining in.